Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham, Reka Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth, and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Akim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word in sincerity and the truth. God, Shalom. I'm the brother Kotas Upsayan, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahushai with another lesson, with another video, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. This is Revelations 19, verse 8. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in the fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of saints. Gone. So, in this lesson, the title is going to be How to Become a Saint. So, in this lesson, I'm going to speak on who are the saints of the Most High. Who are the saints of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? You see? Because the scripture says that the righteousness of the saints is going to cause them to be arrayed in white and fine linen. Because that's as righteousness, you see? And how do you get righteousness? How do you perceive righteousness from the Most High? Let's go to Revelations 14, verse 12. This is Revelation 14 and 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Patience goes into long suffering, so the saints are people that are suffering. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahushai. So that's how you become a saint. You become a saint by keeping the commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, which there aren't only 10 commandments. There are 613 commandments. And we, the saints, are going to be keeping it to the best of their ability, you know. So they're going to try to do the best to filter everything through the scriptures and not to be unclean and not to be profane, you know. And the faith of Yahushai, gone. So the saints are going to have faith in Yahushai. And if you go into that word faith, it means to be steadfast, unmovable. Because he sent, Yahweh sent his beloved only begotten son, Yahushai, to redeem his people among the people here on earth. You see? Okay. So let's now dive into who the saints actually are. Because you want to become a saint? Well, this is what's written in the Bible about the saints. This is Psalms 143, Psalms 148, verse 13. Let them praise the name of Yahweh, for his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. He also exalted the horn of his people, which is the pinnacle, that's the highest point, the horn, the praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh. So that's how you become a saint. You need to be of the nation of Israel. You need to be of the children of Israel. And who is Israel? Israel is Jacob. His name was changed into Israel because he wrestled the angel, and the angel, he said, as with let me just look for it. Bear with me for a second. It's in the book of Passover. No. Yeah, it's Genesis. Salakia is not this one. Oh yeah. Where should I start? Let's start at 24. God, let's read through it real quick. This is Genesis 32, verse 24. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day, and that man is an angel. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint, as he wrestled with him. And he said, Let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, What is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, Thy name shall be no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with Yahweh and with men, and hast prevailed. And Jacob asked him and said, Tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, Wherefore is it that thou dost ask after my name? And he blessed him there. You see? So Jacob got the name Israel. So you have to be of the lineage of Israel. You have to be a child of Israel, a descendant from Israel. You see? Pursuing to the book of Numbers, to go into the pedigree. And what does pedigree mean? Race according to the father. You see? So that's how you actually become a saint. You have to be of this bloodline, and you have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and have to have faith in Yahweh Shai. You see? So let's go into that word, saint. This is the word saint in Etem Online, which is the study of the root of words, early 1200th century. From Old French saint, sainte, a saint, a holy relic, displacing or altering Old English sanct, both Latin sanctus, holy, consecrated, con. So a saint is holy. So let's go into that. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto him above all people that are upon the face of the earth. So that's what it means to be holy. That word holy goes into be set apart. Let's go into that. Holy is Quadash in the Lashon Quadash. And the outline of biblical usage says sacred, holy, holy one, saint. See? Set apart. So we are separated from the rest of the nations. We are near unto the Most High. You see? Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy. It's not 14. 14 verse 2. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy power, and Yahweh had chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth. You see? So we are a holy people. The descendants of Israel are a holy people, which nowadays they go by the names so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. So they are the saints. You see? The Most High is not dealing with these other nations. He has a particular seed that he is dealing with. He has a particular lineage that he's dealing with. There's Deuteronomy 33, verse 28. Israel then shall dwell in safely, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. And this is the point. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by Yahweh, the shield of thy help. You see, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, he's the shield of our help. We, the righteous run into him. The saints run into him. Seek Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai for shelter, you know. And who is the sword of thy excellence? There's nobody greater than Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai. He is a man of war. That's the sword of his excellence. He likes a good war, and he decides who wins in a war. You see? And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. God. So the enemies of the Most High, they're going to be made out for liars because they believe in other powers that are not even powers. They believe in other gods that are not even gods because there's no God beside Yahweh. There's no God beside him, beside the Most High. You see? So the enemies of the Most High, who are the enemies of the Most High? The people that go against him. Nowadays is the so-called white man. He thinks to sit in the seat of God and does like he is God. But he's not God because he wants to make alive, make people dead. He wants to fix people up, come with transhumanism, you know. He kills people in the womb, you know. He's distorting God's creation. He's messing up the earth, you know, the balance of the earth. So he seated in the seat of God thinking that he is God. So he's the number one enemy of the Most High in this lifetime. God. So let's go to the last scripture, which is in 1 Peter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who had called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light. God. So the Israelites are a peculiar people, a royal priesthood, you see, because now the veil was rent of the tabernacle, you know, so we don't really need priests right now because we all are kings and priests. We can all go straight to the Most High through Yahweh Shai, of course, but we don't have to. The sacrifice was done away with. You see, because back in the day we used to sacrifice daily or come with sin offerings, but now we present our bodies as a living sacrifice, as it says in the book of Romans 12, verse 1. You see, so we are a royal priesthood, a holy people, a holy nation. So a nation that is set apart from these other nations, the Elamites, the Moabite, the Hamites, the Canaanites, you know, the Cushites, all these other nations. We are set apart from them. We are near to the Most High, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who had called you out of darkness. So we praise the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for taking us out of the darkness, because we were in darkness. We didn't have the light. We didn't know what is happening around us. So we were just going about our thing, trying to live our life the best way we know how, you know. Some of us were doing things in the underworld, in the underground. Some of us wanted to get a career. Some of us, you know, we all had our ideas of how to live life. But now that we come into his marvelous light, then we see that the duty of men, pursuing to Ecclesiastes 12, the whole duty of man is to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And the goings of man is not of himself, but of the Most High. So that's first and foremost, keep the law, statutes, and commandments, you know, filter everything through the scriptures. And then if the ways of the Most High please him, then he will even cause his enemies to be at peace with him. And the scripture also says, roughly paraphrasing, that unless you strive for masteries and unless it's lawful, you lawfully strive for masteries, you shall not be crowned. So if you're going for something, a career, if you're going for, yeah, this is not the time to go for a career, but I mean, if you have something that you're good at, but except you strive lawfully, you will not be crowned. You see? Gone, because the commandments are like a lamp unto my feet, as the book of Psalms 119 says. You know, so that's that marvelous light that we walk in right now. We're not in darkness and outer darkness anymore, because now we see where we're walking. You see, this is the way of life. Gone. So basically, that was the point that I wanted to make. And Lord willing, this video is edifying. I want to say Kal Halal Yamla Yahweh Basham Yahushai Basham Rekak Wadash Shalom Akim.